Hello again, everybody! It is that time once more, the time for new comic books. And speaking of new, the legend of Luther Strode has arrived.
Yay!
Hold on a sec, hold on, I just need to...
Just rub it a little.
Okay.
He did this to every copy, so beware of when you buy it.
You're getting the same thing no matter which one you pick up. You'll be looking for an unfaced version, but no, they've all been faced. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the follow-up to Tradmore and Justin Jordan's amazing, fantastic, best mini-series of the year, I would venture to say, The Strange Talent of Luther Strode. Uberviolence. Uberviolence in the vein of classic Greek tragedy mixed with your amazing 80s serial killer flicks. It's got a great slasher vibe going on, great mythological vibe. It's just such a great amalgamation of so many different things. It's just, you know, great.
Yeah, that's both our, absolute picks of the week, is Luther Strode. Let's see, also from Image this week, there is I Love Trouble, which is from newcomers Kel Simons and Mark A. Robinson, who I have not read anything by before, but this looks really cool. It's even on kind of nice news, not really newsprint, but it's
different paper.
It's different paper, and it smells good. It smells like good comics. And this is basically about a girl who is a New Orleans grifter who is on the run from the mob and other various shady characters. And during a plane ride where she's running from the mob, it crashes and she discovers that she has strange superpowers. It's got a real kind of I don't know, I hesitate to say Mexican gangster style, but it's got this kind of Spanish vibe, and it's just really, it's different and unique. And yeah, it should be very cool. Like I said, it's the smell test approval. Definitely.
Continuing with the theme of crime and blood and violence, we've got the newest issue of Hawkeye, number 5, concluding the two-part The Tape storyline, which is the first 3 issues of Hawkeye were really fun standalone stories. They were still definitely very, very solidly crime stories, but they were more lighthearted. Like you had Pizza Dog, Tracksuit Mafia with their identical numbered cars, but
yeah. This
is going into the more Black Ops murdery side of Hawkeye's life. It's a really great tale going on here. Art by Javier Pulido, who's filling in for David Aja for these 2 issues. And, he's doing a good job of it.
It's excellent.
There's definitely big shoes to fill, and he's doing a great job.
It's true. Some old school, awesome, absolutely amazing Kirby this week. The last of the Fourth World omnibuses comes out. Finally, all in softcover, which is slightly more affordable than the hardcovers, but this has got The Hunger Dogs as well, which is Kirby's follow-up to the Fourth World, which he did about 10 years later, and it's a really interesting take on technology and what role it was playing in Kirby's day in the 80s, and it pretty much kind of is a precursor to what's going on now, into a lot of stories about how almost the villainy of Darkseid is taken away by the fact that he can kill people with just a push of a button instead of his Omega beams or crushing their heart or whatever it is that Darkseid does to kill people. But yeah, I mean, this is absolutely some of my favorite comics ever. It's got Mr. Miracle, Forever People, just absolutely worth it. Kirby, I mean, look at that, Darkseid. Darkseid compels you to buy this.
The Visage of Doom.
That's right.
More great old school stuff here. Haunted Horror number 2. This is the second in a series of reprints of old horror comics from the 40s and 50s by Yo Comics. You get 4 or 5 stories in here for $4. It's just really beautiful old school art, stuff that we do not see enough of anymore.
It's really classic and gruesome and bloody. They're all pre-code, so that's why they're pretty badass, because, after the comics code, you couldn't do anything like that.
You couldn't do anything cool anymore.
Well, no, you had superheroes, which they made and took, what they had and made it what we have now.
Yeah, true.
So,
with horror in general, though.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything fun. No more zombies!
No. It's what brought EC Comics down. I mean, if you're a big EC fan, definitely the Haunted Horror, for sure. And finishing up this week is the 4-issue miniseries, Volume 2 of Stumptown, which is written by Greg Rucka and drawn by local artist Matthew Southworth. And this has been following the adventures of Dex Perios, a private investigator who's been trying to find a missing guitar. Not a baby, as I led you to believe in the first issue, but the guitar is a baby, or the baby is a guitar. And there's missing drugs and, devious roadies and other things and gangsters and stuff like that. But this has been really, really cool, and half of this issue is all completely, fold-out, long, widescreen style. Which is really, really cool. Matt kind of outdid himself on this, and I'm very happy that that it's out, and it was on time, and can't ask for more than that.
And a new beginning from Dark Horse, Hellboy in Hell, #1, picking off from The Storm and the Fury, which Mike Mignola did with Duncan Fegredo, which were amazing. You should really check those out. They're in one nice volume together if you haven't seen those already. This is the story of what happens after Hellboy dies.
Spoilers, come on, man, jeez.
Come on. You're picking up a comic called Hellboy in Hell and you're not knowing that he's dead coming into it? Who are you?
I've been hiding under a rock, obviously.
But no, Hellboy in Hell is going to be amazing. Mike Mignola is back writing and drawing it for the first time in who knows how long.
10 years, at least since that first Hellboy movie came out. He stopped drawing right after.
It's just a really great thing to see, honestly. Not that he hasn't worked with some amazing artists over the course of the series, but just getting back to him doing both roles in the story is just...
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. More #1s from Image this week. This is Blackacre, #1, which is a big new post-apocalyptic book. Basically, it's 100 years after the fall, and this is what happens next. And a former soldier is sent on a secret mission outside of the walls of his kind of, encampment into the wasteland of barbarians and cannibals and other various, post-apocalyptic mainstays. But Jonathan Hickman, Ed Brubaker, and Matt Fraction, 3 of my favorite writers, have all been really, really pimping this book. I've never heard of the writer, Duffy Boudreau, or the artist, who is Wendell Cavalcanti. I probably mispronounced both of their names, but it looks pretty cool. I don't know, I'm always a big fan of post-apocalyptic stuff, and we'll be curious to see how this goes. Like I said, with big names behind it like that, they're either getting paid a lot of money, or these people have pictures of them with goats, or something. But maybe
Always
it's
with the
good.
goats.
It looks pretty good.
Alright. And speaking of things that may be very good, and by may I mean I guarantee you this is going to be amazing. Thumbs up from me and Casey. Casey is liking a new Avengers series. This is
I know.
the 3rd week in a row that you've actually been into Marvel things. There may be hope for you yet.
Maybe. At least for the first story arc for Jerome OPENA.
Jerome OPENA is doing the art on here. It's amazing. He had just such a great run in Uncanny X-Force, and it's being written by Jonathan Hickman, one of Marvel's architects who has actually really lived up to that name.
It's true. I think he's one of the only one. Well, not the only ones, but he really designs from the ground up.
The amount of just storytelling in his Fantastic Four run, it hurts my head.
It does.
The so many different levels that he hit, and this being a bi-weekly series, you can be guaranteed that he will go above and beyond what he did in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Especially, we both love the Avengers, but Bendis has been on it for 8 years. And talking heads get boring.
Yeah.
They do.
And it's not that Bendis hasn't had good material in his Avengers run, it's just that you can only take so much of one writer.
So it's nice to have a new architect taking over the whole Avengers franchise. Now, in stark contrast to what Marvel and DC are putting out, this is what superhero books need to be. Between this and this, The Ledger Luther Strode, there is serious hope for superhero comics. Butcher Baker is Joe Casey and Mike Huddleston, balls to the wall, insane, oh my god, I can't believe they did that, panel after panel superhero books. Imagine if Captain America got tired of being a superhero, retired, and just decided to, do drugs and bang hookers all day. And then one day Jay Leno comes to your door, who happens to be, the vice president, or the president of the United States, and asks you to, go kill your old bad guys. And what do you say to that? Well, sure, I'm bored banging hookers. I'll go kill some people, whatever. But this is just, it's 8 issues, and it's just absolutely mental. It's one of those things that could only last for so long because it was so awesome. And there's just serious, like, psychedelic art by Mike Huddleston, who does everything from this nice old Looney Tunes style to a real modern superhero style to, like, this fluorescent, neon, violent, trippy, insane awesomeness.
Butcher Baker. It's
Butcher
like if
Baker.
Captain America and the comedian had sex and had a baby in a big rig.
It's true, in a big rig. Definitely, you can't forget the big rig. Yeah.
Alright. Also out this week, House of Fun, one shot by Evan Dorkin. More milk and cheese. Do we really need to say anything more than that?
No, dairy products gone bad. That's right.
Completely irreverent humor right there.
We've also got back in stock this week all the AVX Consequences, which sold out very fast. So if you want to know what happened to Cyclops after he was labeled a terrorist and arrested, this is where you're going.
It's the setup for the currently very, very well-selling all-new X-Men, which if you aren't reading it, do yourself a favor and pick that up.
Strode.
Also out this week, iZombie, Repossession, Volume 4, final volume of Mike Allred and Chris Robertson's really, really great, I think underrated Vertigo series. It had an awesome that amazing pop art vibe that Mike Allred really just brings to everything he does. Combined with zombies and werewolves and ghosts. It's just...
And beatniks, I think. There's some beatniks in there.
There are beatniks, there are video game designer werewolves, there are mod ghosts. It's just fun.
And last this week was The Legend of Luther Strode. We talked about this, right? I think so. You should buy this. It's really, really good. Really good.
Buy it.
Buy it.
Please.
Don't ask, just buy it. We'll end on that. Thank you guys.
Buy it.
Bye.